The president of Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu, has restated his commitment to the safety of both lives and property of citizens, irrespective of their socio-cultural differences. Now, the president was speaking through the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Abubakar, during his visit to Plateau State to commiserate with victims of the April 2 killings in Bassa local government area of the state by alleged herdsmen. News Central's Chizoba Nyongwe, who was on the minister's entourage, quotes him as assuring that everything is being done to arrest fleeing masterminds of the attacks and bring them to justice and ensure an end to these senseless killings.
The president is really committed on this, and he has directed that we must find the perpetrators of this evil and let them face justice. And the security agencies are investigating seriously, and we are on the trail, and God's willing, we'll get to the root of it, and the perpetrators will be apprehended and they will face justice. We are working as a team, the state government, the community leaders, the security agencies, and above all, the command and directive from the president that this must end. And I'm sure all the security agencies, the government and the state government and the different stakeholders are on this to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Now, to further discuss this, I'm joined by Tohwo Oseruvwoja. He's a legal practitioner and public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining us on the news, Tohwo.
You are welcome and good evening.
Good evening. Now, do you think the president's directive to end insecurity is realistic, given the current security challenges in Nigeria?
I think the president's statement is insincere, and I think the president's statement is more political than action required of the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And I think the issue of insecurity is a matter of negotiation among politicians and the security agencies. And I'll tell you why I make that assertion. Before 1999, when the military are in power, we've never had this issue of insecurity. The highest Nigeria has gone is the Civil War, and the death toll was, I think, estimated to be 1 million. Then from 1999 down to this current administration, it could be, or some of us have the view, that for democracy to strive in Nigeria, there must be level of insecurity from every dispensation. And I'll give you one. From Obasanjo, you have the militancy in Niger Delta. Then from that, which was settled by Yar'Adua, then Jonathan inherited what we call the Boko Haram saga, which was sorted out by Buhari. And immediately it was sorted out, I could recall that I think I wrote one of an article which was published by one of the national dailies, that after Boko Haram, what next? Then after the sorting out of the Boko Haram, you now see what we call the herdsmen crisis, which we are in now. And it has come to the time of President Tinubu, and you could see the statement he made, giving directive. So that means, by implication, that the law establishing the security agencies are expected to work on the directive of one man, which is the president, rather than them working in line with the law creating them to protect life and property. And it is really disheartening.
All right, now, Tohwo, how do you assess the president's assertion that the tide is turning against those fueling violence as well? Looking at the attacks, I'm sure you saw pictures and videos of, what the aftermath of the attacks. Especially, what factors might be contributing to the perceived progress or lack thereof?
It's the political will, that is all. It is the political will. You could see, let me just give you, I think sometimes when people make assertion that, the Jackpot syndrome, it's not because of people are not comfortable, and it's because of the level of insecurity that so many Nigerians left. And if you look at it carefully again, you discover that the president is just making a mere political statement that ought not to even come from a political leader of the office of the president. You could also see the action and reaction of the Minister of Defense speaks more volume. There are people who are willing to sort out this issue. So it's a mere political statement. After the statement, you see what will happen again. Benue is in, Plateau is in, my solidarity goes to them. Even Borno, that is accredited to be, it has been a safe haven, has just erupted. We should not also talk about the southeast, which is also boiling, is a warming up syndrome, which we should look at.
Right,
so it's something I think is just saying it for the purpose of, I just have to say, coupled with the fact that I believe that he's not in Nigeria, so he might not really get the full picture of what is being said, because telephone conversation can water down so many information within the knowledge and briefing he's getting where he is there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tohwo, and for speaking on this.
You're welcome.